myself because as a journalist, I write these articles called "Expose 10 Female Guitarists You Should Know," and I like scour the internet looking for 10 female guitarists you should know. And there are some women that I think are awesome guitarists that I won't write about because they don't have a video, they don't have a picture I can use, I can't find a bio. So I actually wrote an article for Guitar World about things every musician should have on their website, because it makes me crazy when I want to write about somebody and I can't get the materials I need. So I'm going to send you guys the link to that article because it's my pet peeve.
Yeah, journalists don't want, think of it as a meal. They don't want the raw ingredients and have to go cook it and prepare it. They don't have time for that. That's why
we'll just
we
move
give
on.
them the feast.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as Laura and Pauline have both mentioned, especially journalists, are in a really precarious situation. A lot of them right now are working on skeleton staffs, and right now the industry trend with all of the social media is that everybody wants everything now, and it's so easy to get the information. So it really is important that you can do more harm than good if you reach out before you're ready. Before you're ready and before you have the tools. Like Evangelia was saying, one of the things that I neglected to say that you really need if you don't already have it is a Facebook fan page if you're at that point, and also a Twitter page, and you need to be consistently updating that content because, and depending on what your ultimate goal is, every record label right now when they go to sign an artist is looking for how many fans do they already have? What have they already done for themselves? So, I mean, we have a friend who is not the best singer. She's not got the best music, but I'll be damned, that girl is tenacious, and she will beat down every door, and she will kick in every single door to make things happen. And she recently got signed. And that's because people saw that A, she was tenacious, she was gonna do the work, she was gonna help them help her, and that she had a built-in fan base. And these days, I know, with a lot of our artists, what we're seeing is that based on whoever your fan base is, probably about 10% of those people will buy your music. So you need to make sure when you're trying to build that base that you've got the right number. So when people start looking at you, it's not just about your music, sadly, these days. It's about a lot of other things, including fans that you already have. So make sure you have an established and built Facebook page and Twitter, and that you are actively contributing content to that on a regular basis.
Yeah, and if you want to see somebody who's really doing it right, look at Orianthe's Twitter and Facebook. She's like the queen of social media. She's like truly awesome at it.
That's all her. I would love to be able to take some credit for what she's done, but as Pauline and I were talking about earlier, she just gets it. It doesn't matter who she's been on tour with or where she goes, or how big of a hit she may have had. She gets that the reason she is able to do what she does is because of her fan base, period. And it's important to her, not because I tell her to, not because her label head tells her to, but because she does understand intrinsically how she will continue in this business, and that is by establishing a relationship with her fans.
And you know what? If you're not ready, it's okay. You just have to take baby steps. You'll get there. I know this seems overwhelming and daunting because you're musicians and you want to write music. You don't want to be promoting yourself. You don't have time for that. But write goals down, make time for it. You'll get there. It'll pay off.
So this came up last year, and it was a really interesting question, and it evoked a lengthy discussion. But so say you feel like you are ready to hire a publicist. Like, what questions do you ask?
You aren't, or are?
No, you are. You feel like you are. You're doing okay. You need help. Like, what questions do you ask? What should you think about when you're like choosing